Good afternoon. Boy, is it hot. It is 101 at the moment. Yesterday was 110, and it's in June. So today I want to talk about, or I wanted to continue on the tropical fruit tree myths and some of the misconceptions from my experience that I find to not be true. So let's start off with the first one, and that would be that you should never hose your tropical fruit trees directly. It's nice and windy now, so this actually offers the perfect opportunity. But I do this just about whenever I get a chance. When I do this, when I'm hosing the leaves, the canopy of the tropical fruit trees, it doesn't do much in that it's not, I'm not watering the trees. And instead, what I'm doing is my main purpose is a couple of things. The big one is actually going to be to increase the humidity because right now, I mean, Central Valley is just like dry heat. I mean, you're talking maybe 20% humidity uh, at the best in the summertime. So yeah, this is something that I do occasionally, just whenever I get a chance, just to hose the trees off, cool them down a bit. And what I mean by cooling them down is I'm keeping the insects and the animals that I don't see nice and cool. I mean, the trees have a way of cooling themselves through the process of transpiration, but this just helps to keep the surrounding nice and cool a bit, as well as, again, the temporary uh, addition of the humidity that this provides. So yeah, this does not harm the tree at all. I mean, I'm literally hosing the trunk of the trees. Yeah, this does not harm the tree. Just because it's so dry in the Central Valley that you're not gonna get any root rot. I mean, especially summertime. Papaya notorious for root rot. I mean, I do this all the time. So, so that's watering. Just, I mean, hosing off the leaves of the trees directly. It also cleans out the foliage as well. I mean, in the Central Valley, the air can get pretty dusty. So I'm essentially cleaning out the solar panels of the leaves, keeping them nice and clean, allowing for maximum photosynthesis. So that's misconception number one. The other misconception is the application of mulch. Like, you'll often find that a lot of folks tell you not to mulch directly on the trunk of the tree. And yet, here I am, literally doing the opposite, mulching directly on the tree. And this is what happens. Look, check it out. I mean, yeah, this you want the tree to be nice and cool, insulated from the the heat. Yeah, there's just no in the Central Valley anyway. I find that the trees will benefit from the mulching directly on the trunk of the trees. Sam, with like the mangoes, just everything that you see, it's, I mean, the mulch is literally on the tree, and I've not had any issues with the fungal issues or bacterial issues, or even wood rot, and the trees love it. When you look at it in the wild, I mean, the leaves fall where they fall. No one's removing the mulch away from the tree. Now, having said that, if you live in an area of the country or the world that has a lot of rain, yeah, by all means, just move it away from the base of the tree, the trunk of the tree. Problem solved. But again, in my particular case, yeah, as you can see, literally on the applying it at the mulch at the base of the tree, no issues. So the other misconception is in the Central Valley, okay, we for the most part will get clay soil. And a thing with clay soil is that they are purported not to be well draining, in that they don't drain well, which is technically true. However, that is where you then amend the soil when putting these guys in the ground. That way they grow out of the confines of the amended soil into native clay soil. And with the addition of the mulch and other organic material on top of the ground, that attracts all sorts of worms, all sorts of organisms that help to improve the drainage and, more importantly, the aeration of your clay soil. So I know it's opposite, but clay soil, in my opinion, is actually really good for tropical fruit trees, especially in the Central Valley. I say that just because with clay soil, it holds onto water for a long time, which number one would make it mean I don't need to water my trees as often. And also, same with fertilizer, it just holds onto the fertilizer for a long, long time. So yeah, it gives you, it allows you kind of a hands-off approach with clay soil and tropical fruit trees. So the last thing that I want to talk about, a myth, is the growing of tropical fruit trees in containers. So check it out, okay? So unrelated note, like, see that log right there? That was the Capulin cherry. I made the hard decision to remove it. It used to be like right here. I removed it for a few reasons, but the biggest reason being that the fruits, they were hard for me to pick, just given their size and the location. I mean, it is just like so high up in the tree that it's just not practical for me to get up there and pick those fruits. So made the hard decision to just remove it. And in the future, if I choose to, I'll plant another one. But in the place though, because of the removal of the Kuplan cherry, I've got actually a number of other tropical fruit trees in the ground. Uh, Wax apple, wax jambu in the ground, pickering mango in the ground, and also jackfruit tree seedling in the ground back there. So essentially, removing one tree, I've got, you know, three other trees in the ground, surrounded by all these seedlings here. Now, this particular section of my yard, which I feel is a bit underdeveloped, is essentially in some ways perfect for tropical fruit trees, just especially seedlings, that is, just because it gets morning sun and around 10 o'clock or so, full shade. So yeah, 110 degrees, they will appreciate it. So the going back to the misconception, the growing of tropical fruit trees in containers, they will absolutely grow in containers and fruit in containers. There are just a lot of benefits to growing them in containers, as well as growing them in the ground. But nothing wrong at all with the growing tropical trees in containers. They will produce fruits for you. They will grow for you. Given that you're able to water it thoroughly and keep feeding it like your in-ground trees. That said, though, the containers require more of a consistent schedule. I mean, it is relying on you to water it, whereas the in-ground trees are a bit more forgiving. So, last misconception. Let's actually get over here. Tropical fruit trees that are grown in shade, they don't do as well, or they don't grow because they need full sun. Not true in the Central Valley. In fact, for some tropical fruit trees, they need the shade. Lychee is a great example. This guy, if it's not fully shaded, it is not going to look the way it looks now. Yeah, it is going to get sizzle left and right just with our dry Central Valley heat. They, at the same time, will absolutely produce fruit for you as well. So look, in fact, when it comes to seedlings, they actually will benefit from the growing in shade, full shade that is. Golden Glow Mango, okay, seedling. It is doing phenomenal. Now, I have one that is in full sun and it's like half the size of this guy. So the reason for that is it is not expending a lot of energy cooling itself down. So that's why it's just able to put 100% of its energy into just growing and thriving. Same with the Ken Mango here, seedling, okay? Practically full shade. I mean, yeah, look at it. Look at the size of foliage. Phenomenal looking. Now, the thing too is the tree will respond to its environment. If it's in a shaded part of the yard, the foliage, like what you see here, are like massive, which is not a bad thing. I mean, this is the tree's way of responding to get more sunlight. Yeah, look at the size of the foliage. I mean, these are like massive. So this is completely normal and to be expected. Now, these two trees are in the ground, which would mean they are connected, plugged in to the mycorrhizal network and the wood wide web that allows the nearby trees to help them out. So that's how I'm able to get away with putting these in practically full shade and at the same time while producing fruits as well. Like look at the longan here, okay? Yeah, look, practically full shade, and at the same time, it is producing fruits. So yeah, now having said that, if you've got a nice microclimate system, um, they would do better in sun. That's not to say they won't do good in full shade. They would do just better in the sun. But again, you've got to factor in the heat and the 110-degree temperature days. In fact, I want to say next week is going to be in the high hundreds again. I want to say 111 next week. So yeah, just some misconceptions. Hopefully that answers some of your concerns about the challenges of growing these in the Central Valley. All right, have a good afternoon.